Namaste, Dr. Benson and class. Welcome. I'm here enjoying a good Texas breeze on a nice evening, thinking about and remembering the lessons that we learned in our literature class. And I'm so grateful for being there. I'm so grateful for all that we learned. I'm grateful that the misconceptions and the misunderstandings and the lost ideas that I had, that the complacency that I had given to the lives of the people that were struggling, that were making it, that through their prayers, nobility, their striving, made it so that we could be here today. And it's a beautiful thing. So for us to chump it off, not to pay it enough attention to even learn it, read it, understand it, is a crime. Because as Carter G. Woodson said in The Miseducation of the Negro, that we first have to be correctly educated to find out what is education for us, black people, African Americans. Because it doesn't matter that if I can smash an atom or I can solve a beautiful equation, mathematical equation, if I don't have it here, if I don't know from where I come, if I don't know where I'm going, if I don't have the elementary, rudimentary elements of what's going on inside of me, then all that's for nothing. Remember, the people who sends us here to send us to college for this higher education are like my favorite story, The Coming of John by W.E.B. Du Bois. In that story, in that short story, W.E.B. Du Bois talks about the transformation made when the veil comes off of your eyes. And that's what education normally does. So when the people from Altamont sent John, a very immature, fun, happy-go-loving John, off to school. But there's some people, they knew that education is going to change him. As us, education changes us. We just need to know that it changes for the better. Because as in the story, as John progressed in his education, his early years, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. They kicked him out of school. That was his come to Jesus moment. Well, he straightened up. He went back. He got it. He learned. And why that story really touched me is because so much of the story can parallel a lot of my life. I was that way. And when John went into the theater to watch the music, the opera, The Ring, that was from Wagner, it's one of my favorites. So when I saw that, but after that, he went back to Altamont because he had seen, he had learned, and he could not keep it to himself. He had to now teach. He had to go back to free his people from the ignorance that they had. But when he got there, it was different. The people who were looking so hard for when John comes, well, now this is a different John. Can we deal with it? His little sister, Jenny, who asked, will education really make you sad? And you know, I have to agree with John and W.E.B. Yes, it does. Because when that veil is lifted and your eyes are open, you do see that the world sometimes is not the most beautiful place. That what you are and what you think you are may not be really what you are and what you think you are. The idea and the understanding of you growing up sometimes can be painful, but that's what education is about. So consequently, at the end, it didn't turn out well for John, but it turned out beautifully for us who, through the imagination and the story that W.E.B. brought out, we understand that just like Booker T. Washington said, that if we drop our buckets right where we are, meaning get our inspirations from our people first, then we can survive. We won't be that weak link in the chain of our society. We need to be able to move forward. So I'm so grateful for the class. And the question was asked because I went through the aesthetics of the black movement in the 60s and 70s. I am a child of that. And we looked at the world differently. Everything was for us, about us. Remember, I grew up in Washington, D.C., where it was all black, and it was a wonderful time. But however, when Dr. Benson asked the question, is there anything that you would die for? I remember during those periods of time that I thought I would die for the cause. I didn't even really understand what the cause was, but I would die for the cause. I thought then I would die for the Marine Corps. I thought I would die for my parents or other things. But with the education that I'm getting now, I'm understanding that right now I can't die, because until such time as we get the aesthetics of the movement right, of the black arts and the black power movement, then I have to live. I have to live so I can carry forth the lessons that we're getting here. So yes, I'm so grateful for what we have. I'm thanking you. It's a lot to put in only 6 minutes, and I'm going to hold to that. Dr. Benson always says that I go too far out the way, and I probably did on this one as well. But I thank you. I'm grateful for the class. I'm thanking TSU, and let us go forth. Go forth. Go forth.